Bitcoin is still dropping after freaking out majorly 75k, 76k. We then lost 72k once again. And I told you guys very clearly that if Bitcoin actually confirms and also loses continually 71k, 72k, we could be actually seeing much lower prices. Even though, to be honest, I was happy for Bitcoin's, pump above 71.6. We were calling for higher. If we hold on and manage to actually hold on onto the support, which is 71, 72k. However, from yesterday's live stream and also video, we've said that, to be honest, even though Bitcoin hasn't yet done something majorly bearish, however, whenever we also always see the loss of the volume value area high, as I've been teaching guys, whenever we see the top getting lost, we always want to be very cautious and also be ready for a potential drop to where to obviously potentially the value area low. Hence why I told you guys that if this happens, I'm going to be closing my long. So I opened up the long, I think a week or two ago, from 66k. I then took profits at 68k, and then I rode it all the way higher, but then saw the weakness and I closed it at around 70k in profits, obviously. But obviously in the game of actually trading, we don't maximize for short-term profits, but rather try to maximize long-term profits. So even though I didn't close at the top, I closed with weakness. I don't close my trade whenever Bitcoin seems to be bullish. I see the weakness. I understood that Bitcoin had then, or did actually yesterday, lose the value area high, and I told you guys yesterday on the video that if Bitcoin just holds on to this zone, if we, and that is a big if we never ever reclaim, or currently contextually don't reclaim 72k, we can be potentially expected to drop, and the closest zone of support would be at 68k. Even though, to be honest, the volume profile is kind of a huge kind of cluster of volume, so it is not a big node difference when it comes to the POC. However, to be honest, it still does matter the most. So technically right now, with the drop that we are seeing on Bitcoin, if somebody's asking me which or where will be the next long or even short, again guys, you know me, I will never ever tell you to randomly short when the market is dropping. However, right now with the current drop, maybe the closest, I guess, short we can be looking into, if I pull from a lower time frame, I pull the anchored view up, I'd say from the top, it could be here. So yes, if Bitcoin goes back to retest, I'd say 72k again with the anchored view up. So again, I don't sell or short with the drop. However, whenever something is bearish, we can be getting a little, I guess, pump that would be contextually also bearish if we do something like that. So if Bitcoin goes back to retest 71.5, 72k, this could be a zone of interest for a short. However, if this doesn't happen, if we keep on dropping or even pump and don't do that, then I won't be shorting Bitcoin. You either short the top or you avoid longing or shorting. So I will never ever guys tell you to actually be shorting with the drop. You always want to catch it from the top. So right now with Bitcoin dropping, I'd more importantly focus on talking about longs. I think that longs are what are more important now with the drop. Obviously, we spoke about the closest kind of zone of interest being 70k. We saw zero reaction at 70, and then obviously now Bitcoin is dropping. The closest sort of support, as I said, is literally this zone at the POC at around 67.9. I call it 68k. So this would be the zone of interest of mine, to be honest, for a potential long, even though that long may not come and even may also be not that big. So for example, if Bitcoin, let's just say we wait for 24 hours and then Bitcoin drops to 68 and then we get a chance to enter a long, yeah, this could be either a failure of a long, so we enter and then lose. Obviously, that is always an option. Or we actually enter it and then it becomes a little long that only lives on for a little bit, I'd say a little bit contextually, and then maybe we open a short and we continue lower. Or again, I have no idea, but maybe, just maybe, it ends up being an amazing higher low as we've been doing, and then maybe we can pump higher. So again, whenever we enter a long, we don't enter it because we're super bullish or because we're expecting Bitcoin to go to to a million or something. We just take them as they come. So again, whenever we're dropping, obviously I'm going to be talking about potential long zones. If we pump, then we can potentially be, I guess, again guys, looking for the chances to buy, guys, whenever we're dropping. So again, now the major question that everybody would be asking me is that is Bitcoin contextually bearish? And the answer is, to be honest, yes. I mean, I'm not flip-flopping, I'm just stating the fact. Whenever obviously we see a fake out of a fake out of a fake out, so a triple fake out with also the anchored view up that was taken from, again, I remind you guys, this is the downtrend that was started from 97, and we literally hit that and then went back to the value area high. So whenever we actually make a fake out, and the larger, the harder, the less, I guess, probably the fake out is, and whenever it happens, the worse it is when it comes to dropping. So right now, not only do we fake out the fake out and also hit the anchored view up, lost the value area high, but that is all, I mean, again, pointing lower with the liquidity still being lower. However, for the sake of God, don't be selling now. If you want to ask me a question, okay, Ahmed, when do we become bullish? We'll only be contextually bullish if we actually prove everything wrong by going above, as I told you, this zone. So we got the anchored view up here, and we also got, like, I'd say 71.5. So this zone is either for a short, again, if we go here and catch a short, that would be awesome too. Or if you don't catch a short, maybe just flip it in and become bullish. So unless we reclaim 72, I'm not going to be flip-flopping. I'll stay, I guess, more leaning bearish. If we drop, I'm also open for a long, but again, that doesn't change anything. So we can take a long at 68, then like pump a little bit, but then drop again. So unless the long that we take, if we take it, brings Bitcoin above 72, it wouldn't change much. It would only make me money as a trader. So again, this would be only a potential play. Let's just say and assume the worst. So if you ask me, okay, Ahmed, what if we hold on to 72 as resistance, we drop to 68, but then we also lose it? Again, I would have to mention the final, I guess, potential support, which would be at 66k, but also after that, I wouldn't have any sort of support for you guys. Unfortunately, if Bitcoin loses 65.5, we can be going back to 60. Again, I'm just speaking about facts in terms of Bitcoin being, below this and then losing one support after another. So we got 68, we lose that, we go to 65.5, we lose it, and then potentially we'll be seeing 60. Again, this is not a signal for you to be selling. Quite the opposite. You can be shorting if we pump, but you gotta be trying to actually long if we dump on our way lower on Bitcoin. So right now it is contextually bad, but maybe, just maybe, we can go back above 72 and change and clear everything else. So thank guys, and also it's very, very, I guess, give me a second, I guess, very hot. So give me 5 seconds, or more than 5 seconds to be honest, guys. Sorry, I'm not sure what's wrong with the AC. So again, give me seconds, guys. Right, we're back. Thank you for your patience, guys. Yep, we're back. Hold on a second. Thank you. Let me see if the live is working fine. I'm pretty sure it is. Hopefully it is. Okay. Okay, so thank you for, I guess, bearing with me. Hopefully the introduction was very clear. Sandik, we got Wise Choice, we got Arito, we got Salam. How you doing, brother? Sorry for not being able to pronounce your name. Give me a second. Brother Dat Bo Kevin saying, so put in a long now. I'm pretty sure that was, I read this comment when the countdown was working or was actually going down. So I guess that was an over analysis of nobody said that about, I'm not sure. Anyhow, Nuno, we got Renata, we got Dat Bo, I got Kevin again, back at 69k support. Looks like it's holding up 69. Again, guys, I don't like such comments like looks like. I mean, what do you mean by, how does it look like something, if you know what I mean? Like, again, you know, as long as it's above 69, it is above 69. So it doesn't look like nothing, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Again, we got Matt. We got Wise Choice again. Yo, I'm back, bro. I'm losing money with my homie this week. We got 2 tight stop loss. We keep getting hit and then it goes my direction. Glad to see you here and sorry for your loss. Yo, good day. Thank you, Wayne. We got Wayne the legend. Let's see. We got CryptoNet. We got. Hold on. Thank you guys for showing up every single day. How old were you when you become profitable, and how long did it take you? It took me close to 3 years, 2 years and a bit. And how old was I? It's not relevant, I'd say. But how old? I guess 19, 20. I'm not sure. Or yeah, maybe 19. But it's not relevant. Again, I'm just answering truthfully. Thank you guys again. Sorry, Ahmed. I took a long. The reason is the view up taken from 59.9. I'm not very convinced by it though. Fair enough. I mean, at least I'm happy for you to have taken a long, or taken a trade. Hopefully it makes you a little bit of money. What should be a stop loss? That is a very random question, by the way. Greetings. Thank you, Yantenbra. Please let me know your thoughts. To be honest, again, like. Okay, so you longed off of an anchored view up taken from 59.9. So I'm assuming, okay, so I was looking for something deeper. Yeah, here, yeah. Crazy how Bitcoin is literally trading at 50s and 60s now. But yeah, okay, so technically, I don't prefer this anchored view up. And also, again, it is kind of a zone. So see how it's very important to use the same chart? Because on my chart, it seems like it didn't hit it fully. Yeah, it did not, but again, yeah, it doesn't matter as much, to be honest. We took out 69 as a full 1,000 numbers. Let me see where the drop happened with the NY open. So yeah, to be honest, I do not hate the trade so much, because that would have been essentially like faking out the NY open, but your entry should have been too tight. Yeah, it did get hit. Yeah, sorry, on the lower time frame, we did hit the anchored view up. So yeah, to be honest, like I look at it as a super scalp, and either take 50% now or just move my stop loss, depending on how you want to play it. But yeah, it is a good trade. We made a low and then we opened the NY session. We opened it up. Yes, I think it opens here. So we got to move higher, and then we made a low. You enter here with the anchored view up, break of 69. Yeah, good to be honest. But again, I would see it as a scalp. Yeah. Ahmed, could you please check view up at, and I wouldn't use the view up that was taken from 59 as a major reason. Yeah, it can be a supporting reason. Yes, not that bad. I forgot what sorry guys, I delete this one. I want to delete not this one. Yeah, maybe this anchored view. Hold on. Yep. Hello from the UK. Thank you, Steve. We got Ernesto from Peru, obviously. Still in my short from 73.4. Amazing. Glad to see you guys make money. I took 50 and I moved stop loss. Thanks to your race. Thank you, Balsy. Glad to see you make money. Again, like this could be a nice trade where maybe Bitcoin just keeps on going higher and then maybe makes you more money. But again, like I'll be thinking of closing it fully if you go here, or just let it run and then maybe like it gets closed by itself, if you know what I mean. I cut 50% on both Bitcoin and ETH. How you think? Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, again, like, to be honest, if I was you, I wouldn't have closed. Even okay, I mean it's nice that you took profits, but just because you took a short at 73.4, so I mean at the top, and you saw Bitcoin like literally be weak by not being able to reclaim this, I wouldn't have taken 50% unless we reclaimed 72. Yeah, because most likely is that we lost the VWAP or the value area high, so we can maybe rotate back lower, maybe. Yeah, so I'll either think about 68 or just wait for the reclaim. But I mean, it's good at least. Boss, I took a short at 74.4. Amazing. And I took, okay, so you took profits at 71.6. Yeah, so that was more logical, except, okay, so it does sound like I'm hating on every single take profit, but I'm not really. But my point being is here's that, to be honest, I'd prefer someone taking profits at 71.6 than taking profits at 69. I do understand it sounds maybe weird, but 71, remember guys, 71.6 was back then major support. But I also don't like the fact that you took it here, because obviously there was no good reaction. So had you waited, like yesterday, had you waited for a bit and you saw the reclaim, it would have made sense. But you obviously saw Bitcoin drop, so I mean, it's good. I'm happy for you, but trust me, had you waited a little bit, a couple of hours, you would have doubled, I guess, your profits. But it's fair enough. I took it because of a 68, hold on, sorry, 68k resistance. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, it's not the worst. Like me talking about 68, you took it at 68.7, you secured 50%. But now I want you to promise me to literally let the rest run. So anybody, again, let me give you an overarching, I guess, point of view. I want you guys all to promise me to not touch your shorts unless Bitcoin clearly goes above 72, 72 and a bit. Yeah, like anybody who has any sort of short that is between 75.9 all the way lower to like 73, 72, just keep them open. Yeah, the worst that can happen is that Bitcoin all of a sudden becomes strong and you get stopped out in profit. But also the beauty is that, let's just say, give me a second guys here, my bad guys, but let's just say, and again, that is how I want you guys to be thinking. It's not like, oh, Ahmed is telling us to not take profits until we make a little bit of money, because it's better to take profits here than take profits here when it's like the short is like too little. No, but think about it this way. What if we attempt to long 68 if we go there, and then it gives us a good reaction and we take it, and then we'll be holding a short from the top, or you guys, I'm holding from higher, but I just want to teach you guys how to do it. So you have a short from here, and you have a long from here, and then let's just say Bitcoin again like decides to flip 72, you will continue long. Doesn't flip 72, you'll obviously continue short with this getting lost. So that's the beauty of doing it, guys. Yeah, hopefully you understand that the point is not to like randomly like closing trades. Like obviously it looks like on the short term, trust me, it looks like you are maximizing profit, but you're doing it on the short term. On the long term, closing too early only hurts you. I want you guys to like, you know how like it's very rare that you catch an amazing trade that continues with you. Like almost all of you guys probably just take trades, not all of you, but a good portion of you guys just take trades, and then like you close them too early. Maybe you lose out on fees and nothing. Like you either lose out on fees or you lose out because it literally loses. So let's just say that you only manage to catch a good trade once every 2-3 attempts. So I want you guys to literally embrace and like keep it going for as long as possible. I want this one trade to make you a lot of money, so that you are able to try and live freely by losing multiple ones. Yeah. Hold on, sorry guys. I see Biro commenting, or before it, we got Tamasito saying, "Do you have a trade signal channel?" No. Alaikum salam, brother. I hope you are doing well. Thank you. Wasn't here that often because my Ramadan spent a lot of time learning more about AMT. I mean, thank you, brother, for showing up, and I'm glad to see you here. And also, Eid Mubarak to everybody who does celebrate. And again, thank you, guys. Do you have a scalping strategy, brother? Yes. I mean, funny enough, I do have videos about them, so you can check the playlists that I made, and then you can see multiple videos that do have the word strategy in them. Yep. Thank you, Wayne. We got Wayne answering, so thank you, brother. Come on, we need 100 likes. We can do it. I mean, it is at the middle of the night, very different schedule, so we'll get how many likes we can get. What are the volume profile tool settings? Please show. I will screenshot. Again, you don't have to. I don't have to show them because it's nothing. But again, I can do it for you. So number of rows, 500, up, down, 70. That's it. So it's default, by the way. Just change this from 100 to 500. That's it. Nothing else is required. If you want to copy the style too, it's just red and orange. Why orange? I just made it, and I chose it, and then I left it, to be honest. So I can change it again. Doesn't matter, to be honest. I just longed the fake out of 69, the following conf. Yeah, boom. Absolutely, yes. I did comment on that, by the way. It is a valid trade. Also, Baltsky took it. Nice advice. Thank you, David. Thank you, brother. Just asking why you're leaning this time to not fake out the value low again, however, expecting a new low. Yeah, so again, and don't take this as for gospel, whatever that you guys say. Yeah, don't take this as something that is like set in stone. And I'll give you an example of why. But again, the reason why I'm leaning towards like this getting broken and I'm not liking this and actually going lower is exactly why I said the same thing about back then. And again, like that's how many beginners and maybe new viewers will get confused, because if you guys remember, when Bitcoin was approaching 66 and I was calling for lower waiting for this, and I was having, and I had an amazing short taken from the top, so we looked like geniuses by shorting the top and also like continuing lower. I was saying that most likely with the structure that happened, with the value area high, with the major fake out and everything amazingly well playing out, and with the liquidity that was below us, it's most likely that we actually don't take a long, but rather see a drop and we drop to 60. But I also hinted at the potential where I seem kind of hypocritical by taking a long, and then it ends up being amazing. So that's how I'm going to be saying it. Again, same reason, but it adds more, because now it's like even more fake outs to the top. So that time it was something that very high probability. Now it adds to the probability, because obviously we added a fake out to a fake out to a fake out. We added more buying in, we faked it out again. So the more that we retest and revisit a line statistically, the more that we break it. Yeah. And also because because of the same reasons I had from that time. So it's not that deep. Like, I'm not going to be saying, or don't over stress about Ahmed kind of feeling that we can be dropping to 60 this time. I had the same feeling back then and I still took a long. Yeah. So hopefully you got the point. Yeah. It's just about picking your battles. For example, like, I'll tell you why this wouldn't, like, this could be a thing that may happen. So for example, let's just say we don't catch a long at 68, we lose it, and I'm going to be obviously ready and waiting for 65, 66. Yeah. If the timing is not right and I don't like the reaction, I probably won't be taking the long, even if it looks nice. Why? Because it's low probability. So I only want you guys to take my words or my statements or me not liking a certain zone for it being a low probability thing to be good, if you know, or to be a good setup. But again, it does not mean I'm not going to be attempting a long. Again, this remains, again, let me delete the drawing. This remains to be the value area low and the daily, and also like we can also do a fake out. So again, like, please don't find me hypocritical if I take a long after hating on the zone, similar to how I had done that last 2 weeks or so. Yeah. Let me see where the drop was. Yeah, so that was on the 9th of March. Literally 10 days. So hopefully you got the point. But thank you for mentioning that. It is something nice, to be honest. Sorry guys, I'm trying to read the comments, not to, I guess. G2G, I'm not sure what, got to go, I guess. Sorry guys, sorry for being a bit young. Nurses coming to transport me to rehab. Wow. I'll be listening. Thank you, wise choice. Stay safe, brother. Please keep us updated. Thank you. Is compounding scalping good strategy? What do you mean by compounding? If you mean opening or adding to a trade, it's not something that I do. I actually prefer having separate trades. Yep. So it's not something that I like, but you can test it out again. Do you check also silver and gold or only crypto? Personally, I trade primarily Bitcoin. So even though my name is crypto or Champs Crypto, I'm a Bitcoin trader, but my strategies and my whatever I cover is literally replicable on every single asset. So some people can watch me for the education rather than watching for the trades on Bitcoin. So if somebody watches a strategy or they watch a video from the playlist, they can go and copy it on somewhere or on something else. So yeah, and I also have an eye on gold for the love of the game, and also because I'm an investor into gold, not a trader. And I do like the fact that gold has been dropping a lot. You know, whenever gold starts acting randomly, you can tell that we are getting those like retail traders loving gold again, and that's how you want to avoid randomly investing at the top. Yeah. Again, guys, don't be surprised if gold does this and then does that again. Yeah. If you are a true investor, you wouldn't care about this because you're holding because of inflation, and you're also like prepared to hold for 10 years. Like I remind you guys to what gold did from 2011, if I'm not mistaken, to 2019. Again, like most of us were maybe a bit younger than now, or maybe the older viewers would tell us. But again, I can literally show you guys that. Look at this. From 2011, so ever since we topped at 19, it took us literally, again guys, like it took us 9 years to break the all-time high. Again, I'm not hating on gold. Gold is amazing because obviously it's not the point to put it against the dollar like this, but also against inflation and everything else, so the value of the dollar. But the point being here is that if you are somebody And I literally, again, let me tell you a story, guys. Sorry, I want to rant. It's my channel. Deal with it. I'm just joking, obviously, but I want to give you a story about, and that would be very nice for those that are maybe, I know, like kind of confused. Do they invest or just hodl, or should they be trading crypto or whatever? I literally had a friend call me 2 days ago. It's not a fake story, sorry. And he told me like, should I buy gold? And I told him like, you are literally, how old is he? He's like 24, and he wants to put all of his net worth, which isn't that much, into just gold. And I told him like, okay, gold is a good investment, but for your age, I'm putting literally all of your net worth. What if you want to start a business or do something? He has a business, but what if he wants to, expand that business, open stores, whatever? Like, he would literally need the money or the capital to actually use in the business. So why like invest into gold, which you would literally take up 10 years of your age or your life, so it may recover or go higher? Like, you're literally buying at the top, even if it's not at the top. I mean, gold is good, especially if you live in a country where like the inflation is rampant. But if you're able to also hold dollars or whatever, again, I do understand inflation, whatever, but trust me, gold is a very secure investment. But you gotta have a high net worth, and you also have to be a bit older. Trust me, if you only have $10,000 and you are 20 years old, gold is not for you. Investing is not for you. Come on. Like, people want passive income when they don't even have active income. So again, sorry for the totally irrelevant story, but it just blows my mind away. Yeah, that's why I always recommend trading for those that are looking for actual money or actual income. Again, guys, if you don't want to be a trader, it's fine. You don't have to. Again, it is a skill, but don't think that it's either I'm a trader or I'm an investor. No, you don't have to be. A trader is something that would, or it's an option similar to how you want to become, or if you can pick becoming an engineer or a doctor or a business owner or whatever. Like, hopefully you got the point. Like, it's not about, oh, I'm either going to be a trader or an investor. Everybody has to be an investor. Your grandmother has to be an investor. Yeah, or she doesn't have to, but again, if she wants, it's better for her. Yeah, but again, like, everybody has to be an investor. But trading is just one skill set that you can gain to make money. So then you invest. Again, sorry for the totally irrelevant stories, but hopefully you guys seem to enjoy my rants from time to time. Give me a second. Give me a second here. Yep. So let me keep reading the comments from Monday on. So after Eid, will you continue with the OG times? Yeah, Biro, thank you for this question. We got this question asked yesterday too, I think, from Renata. So thank you guys for asking me this question, so that everybody gets an idea, especially those that are new here. Guys, let me give you the full story or the full answer. I go live every single day, but for the for the past 30 days, I've been going live literally at close to midnight my time, because of what's called the Ramadan, which is 30 days of fasting. So my schedule literally gets screwed up. But after Sunday, so from Monday onwards, which is going to be in 3 days, if I'm not mistaken, we'll get back to normal. And the normal is, I'll update my description. It is starting at 8 a.m. Eastern time, which is 4 p.m. Dubai time, 4 to 4:30. So an hour before the NY session, I will go live and probably even spend the first 30 to an hour of the NY session with you. So we'll be going live as usual. I've been doing this for months on the English channel when I started, and I've been doing this for years on the Arabic channel. So don't worry, guys. Consistency is something that I hopefully will be keeping up. So again, if you're new here and this is the first time, or you've been only watching me film or go live at night, or at least at night in Asia and Europe, if you're watching me in the US, this is currently, I think, evening, but don't get used to it. Unfortunately for the US brothers, I'll be going live in the morning. I think, yeah, I guess in Eastern time it is like 9. I'm not sure what time it is in the west coast. Yep, but again, it's all morning to you guys, like morning to like 12 p.m. I guess, depending on your state, whatever. Yep. So again, don't get used to this. I'll be going live to a better time. And again, I do understand that as traders, everybody, and even I myself, would prefer for me and for you guys to be together on the NY session. So we'll be actually trading. So if anybody is trading the NY session, I'll be with you hopefully every single day. Again, I've been doing this for I'm literally spamming you guys with lives every single day. Okay, I mean, you can get to see that I started 4 months ago here, but if I go on the Arabic channel live stream, and I'm not bragging here, I'm just proud of the spamminess of like the amount of live streams and everything. You'll get to see how annoying I am with like the amount of live streams. Let me see when was my first live stream on this channel. Yeah, so I guess closer to 2 years if I'm not mistaken here. But anyhow, so yeah, I think in the summer is going to be 2 years of live streaming, and then I was only doing videos back then. I know nothing is 100%. I just want to know your thoughts. Yeah, hopefully you got the point. Welcome, bro. Another great explanation today. Thank you, Sean. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get back to the first comments when I started my rant. Have you ever done meditation to control your trading psychology? No, to be honest. I don't want to hate on meditation, but trust me, just brother, not you, but like brothers are will go to as far as like getting or meditating rather than putting a stop loss. So trust me, there are many priorities you gotta focus on first. And I'm obviously assuming, but I'm just giving you a half jokingly way. Best channel on YouTube these days. Thank you, David Fox. Glad to see you enjoy the content. Hopefully we'll keep it up. We also got bongs. Thank God. Sorry if I missed a comment. I'm trying to read them, read every single them. Hi Ahmed. Thank you, Electro. Every time there is a downtrend or an uptrend, it's hard to catch the reversal. I got the POCs, VWAPs. How would you safely enter the opposite direction without EXO? Again, it's like one of those vague questions that are grammatically written, but you know, they make sense, but I didn't get exactly what you mean. Like, it is. You said it's hard to catch the reversal. It is hard. So like there isn't a fix to make it easy. Yeah. Wayne saying starting from the 26th of March, so from 4 days from now, yeah, watch Ahmed daily, Monday to Friday or through Friday, around 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, 4:30 p.m. Dubai time. Thank you, Wayne. What a legend. Yep. After liquidations, do it normally. I don't know what you mean. I also have a long from 69. Stop loss 60. Amazing. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get back to the comments. I'm always there. I'm almost there. I'm a full-time employee. Do trading as well. But it feels like overworking, even if I probably take 5 or 6 trades throughout the month. As I've been trading since 20. I'm quite profitable. Thank you. I don't get what you mean by your comment, but I'm glad that you're profitable. Thank you for sharing your comment, I guess. Should I trade or open funded startup developing app? I have a perfect idea. Experienced startup failed due to very previous. I think you mean startup failed due to very little profit and mismanagement. So what you recommend? Age is 19. Okay, so you're 19 years old, and you wanna either trade or open a funded startup developing app. I have a perfect idea and an experience in a startup failed. Okay, so to be honest, if I was up to you, and I'm not, I wouldn't say that every advice that I give is perfect, but if I was in your shoes, I would go for actually starting the startup, because I'd say that maybe the idea is very time sensitive. So again, you're very old, you're very young. So like, come on, if you put 2 months of work into the app, you can test it out and see whether it's going to be working or not, and then you can go back to trading if you want to. Yeah, trust me. I don't want you to be splitting your focus, and also like both of them are very hard by themselves, and almost the success rate is like 10 to 5%, maybe even less with like apps. So like I'd say that just focus on one. The worst is that you go back to trading at 20 years old. Keep going, you are doing very well. Nice to see you. Also, sometimes you are there on the moon. Yeah, thank you, brother. Maybe I'll see you around Dubai. Who knows? Yeah, for sure, brother. Thank you. That would be an honor. Cheers to another 4 months of spams. Yeah, let's hope for that. Absolutely. Ahmed, is there another app you know that is free similar to Exo? If you don't, do you have a referral? I don't have a referral. I don't have. I do know that Atas is, I think, free for crypto. They say it's free, but I'm pretty sure not all the features are there. So I guess you can test out Atas. Atas is like ATAS. Bro, I'm mining Bitcoin, and if it goes lower than 63, all I produce will just be heated air. Damn. It won't even pay for the electricity. This bear market hitting miners hard. thank you, brother, for sharing your experience. I haven't heard from a I guess miner for a while, to be honest. Like I haven't heard like truly heard of like somebody taking mining seriously for since like 2020, 2019. So thank you, brother. Hopefully it gets easier for you. Again, I'd say that I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry for giving advice to something I don't understand in, but I'd say that maybe you would have to just fund out of pocket till like till Bitcoin goes up. So I think you are essentially just selling the crypto to immediately start funding the next patch of like electricity bills. But what if you try to squeeze yourself, pay the bills out of pocket, and then like hold on to the Bitcoins even at lower prices, and then hopefully like after a year or two of like literally grinding it out, you can then be profitable majorly. So great joke. Stop loss and meditation. You made me laugh. Thank you, Renata. Glad to make you laugh. I closed my shorts and went long now. Okay, so I have two issues here, Max. Maybe you're joking, but maybe you're not. First of all, okay, why did you randomly flip one way or another? Like, if you had a short, okay, like, see how when everybody told me, or not everybody, sorry, when two or three guys in the family here told me that they entered the long at 69, I didn't hate on it. It was quite, I guess, technical. But even if it wasn't technical, I wouldn't hate on it. I'd hate more if somebody literally like decides to open a long regardless of the reason to open a long, and they literally jump in randomly into they literally close all shorts. Like it's like me. Like look at this. It's like as if it's like me closing the 96k short because I opened a scalp long. Like those are two irrelevant stuff or two irrelevant things. Unless, and that would be my assumption, is that you're not trading on weeks, or even if you're trading on weeks, you don't have the separated, isolated thing open on the top right corner. So you literally are forced to either pick a side. So unfortunately, and that's why I always say, guys, if you're not trading on weeks, it's better to trade on weeks because they do have this feature. And also, when you're trading on weeks, make sure to have the separated feature so that you don't feel pressured to either close a profitable trade or miss out on a setup. Yes, Atas is good. I use Atas for free. Yes, you can't use a lot, but I just made a test subscription, added more indicators, canceled it, and they just stayed. Fair enough. But yeah, I use Atas for TPO. Yep, seems to be good. These are the main things. Yeah, they are. Bro, I learned trading for almost 6 years, and I've studied all the indicators and advanced method, but I'm now so confused which strategy should I use for my trading. Over knowledge is killing me. Very fair. Thank you, brother. Again, so I'd say this is like you shouldn't have, or again, it's easy for me to, I guess, hate on previous experience, but I'm saying like, okay, so it is good that you understood and you, I guess, like gained knowledge by learning lots of stuff. But I'll tell you now to just test out doing stuff in isolation. So you learned a strategy, you learned strategies, you learned indicators. Why not to test them out in isolation? Yep, if you know what I mean. But I may also seem biased by saying that what if you just, again, it seems bad or it sounds bad, but trust me, how about you watch me for a while and you also watch the free trading course? It may help. It may help in two things. You either gain insight and extra knowledge by seeing what tools I use, or yes, and ways of trading, and also it may, even if you don't like literally use the same stuff that I use to trade, it would maybe teach you how to add and compile like lots of ideas together to work a strategy or to make a strategy up. Yep. So like again, like I use an anchored view up, but I also look at liquidity, but I also look at timing, and I also like depend on the NY session, and I also use daily levels. I use the again, I haven't showed you guys today's exit chart, so give me a second here. Yeah, and I also use order flow. So like those are pretty separate stuff by themselves, but whenever I enter, I look for confluence, I add things up, I look for stuff that are all telling me to not telling me to buy, but again, all that I have within my strategy to look for a certain thing. So again, hopefully like watching me would help. If it doesn't help, then I'm not sure what I can say or add. Yes, I'm starting trading because of this, just trying to absorb your experience. So thank you for your streams and guidance. Thank you, OP. Thank you, brother. Hopefully it goes well for you and you kill it while mining Bitcoin, and then we go to 200k, and then you will be richer than everybody here. I took too many profits off my shorts already, and I also wanted to cover some losses I had from a stop loss, but it was both long and short. Yeah, so again, Had you, okay, so you had both longs and short, but then you decided to close fully. To be honest, I'd say that you entering a long is by itself taking profits. So why you did both of them, if you know what I mean? Like, I'd say that this was a mistake contextually, something that I'd see as a mistake. But again, if you are okay with it, again, I cannot hate on it, brother. Unfortunately, Atas doesn't work on Mac. Thank you, though. All right, so that's fine. I guess you can try out Exo. Trust me. It's a bear market for Bitcoin at the end of the day. Each rally is a relief rally. I mean, maybe, but again, as traders, and again, that's very important, guys. As traders, your comment is true, but respectfully, it's irrelevant. Why? Because it would only be relevant if I was just longing Bitcoin thinking it's going to be going up 20, 30K. So, for example, like I open a long at 66 and you see me talking about 90 or having a line, for example, like no hate, but if somebody is drawing a trend line, oh my God, I opened a long, I'm expecting Bitcoin to make a new all-time high. Then, okay, that is a relevant comment and you would be actually correct. Yeah. But whenever I have my head deep down on the 1 hour time frame, being happy about a pump from like 70 to 76, and then a dump from 71 to 68, and then I long a little trade from here to there. And if you know what I mean, like, because I'm only looking at this is my bear market, this is my bull market. Kind of half jokingly, obviously, but that's what I mean. Like, it is irrelevant. As traders, I couldn't care less whether the asset is in a bear market or a bull market. Yeah, unless by bear market you mean literally doing this on all time frames, which is not doing. Obviously, it's like it's offering multiple trades. I don't care about the bear market, if you know what I mean. I mean, as an investor, again, that's why I always try to tell you guys that I'm both an investor and also a trader on Bitcoin, but because I'm speaking or I'm going live to mention or to give you guys my knowledge of, primarily my knowledge of trading, I don't care whether this is a bull market or a bear market. This is a relief rally, whatever it is. Like, even the names of them is not like relief rally. Come on, guys. This is a liquidity fake out, and this is us losing the value area high. I'm thinking about long in 68. Again, if I long at 68, I'm thinking about making money to feed my family. I'm joking, I don't have a family, but hopefully you get the point. Like, I'm thinking about making money. Like, this is enough for me. I'm not thinking about, oh, enter long to make billions or to invest and hold. Hopefully you got the point. Like, it's a totally different world view. And I do understand that me specifically focusing on Bitcoin, which has many holder lovers lovers than traders, makes most of my new viewers think that, oh, this guy is like long in a bear market. And if you don't know what I'm doing, you would be confused. Had my channel been called like Champs Trader and I'd be talking about Forex, everybody knows that Forex and like oil, whatever, is for trading. So that's why I do understand that, okay, somebody's here would tell me, oh, the bull market, bear market. But again, guys, hopefully you get the point. Yeah. But thank you though. So glad you are here trading in a bear market. Your analysis is very easy to follow. Thank you, Chris Banks. Thank you, brothers. Again, I want to totally thank everybody here, especially those new names that I don't see often. Welcome on board, guys. Thank you for being here. And again, thank you again for being legendary and also for appreciating the boringness and the importance of making money, regardless of a bear market and a bull market. Yes, it is easy to make money in a bull market. Again, why? Because if you think about it this way, and I mean, that's my personal answer, my personal opinion. The reason why it's easier to make money in a bull market, because obviously I have a trading bag and an investing bag. Whenever I'm trading in a bear market, this is going up, but this is continuously going down. But in a bull market, my trading bag is going up and my investing bag. So again, but it doesn't matter. Like, this is for if I'm holding this for 10 years. This is hopefully is always up. Trading is always up short term. So if you focus or zoom in, this has some dips and ups. This is only making me money. So think about it as, again, that's why I always say, guys, come on, trading, even though my channel is named Crypto and I talk about Bitcoin and I say, oh my God, up and down, this is my business. Like, again, I don't understand my business as my solopreneur thing, but this is my business. Like, I have no expenses other than an Exo chart and a trading view, I guess, trading view a subscription. But this is my business that makes me income. This is my investing bag. So the only reason many of the beginners out here can get those two confused is because my business is using Bitcoin and my investing is using Bitcoin. Similar to somebody who's like dealing in gold but also buys gold as an investment. Yeah. So hopefully you got the point. Yeah. Sorry guys for the very in-depth, boring answer, but that is, I guess, the reality. Give me a second here. Give me 3 seconds again. Yep. So sorry. Let me keep on talking, I guess. Unfortunately, okay, I've read this. Sorry. I make sure to read every single comment to the point where I read comments multiple times. Yes, sometimes I open a short to cover a long position, maybe temporary in loss. Yeah. I would love for you to do it with an actual setup. So like, for example, if I'm holding a short from higher and then I want to open a long, I wouldn't do it randomly. I would pick a certain actual setup, if you know what I mean. Like the best kind of hedge, I always been saying this, those that are very, I mean, long time viewers, by long, I mean at least a couple of months, yeah, they would have seen me take a hedge long when I'm short and take a short hedge or a hedge short when I'm long, but they would also see me doing them in actual reasonable zones. So I'll tell you, not a story, but I'll give you an example. So remember guys, and again, those that have been following in January would have known, remember how I opened a short at 96, which is, by the way, still present, still kicking, as you can see here. But even with that being taken, I still longed 86, if you guys remember. I longed it and I made a lot of money, and again, a lot is like relative, but then obviously I took 50%. I didn't close it. But then I told you guys, I'm not going to be closing this, even though I took it and it's amazing. I'm not going to close. I'm going to be closing it. Even though every single, I guess, signal was telling me to close. Why not? Why wouldn't I close it? Because this is a hedge. I opened this long to hedge my short because maybe we can skyrocket, but we didn't. And we continued lower, which made me hold the 96K. Most won't see the amazing warriors that died for the short, if you know what I mean. But see how, again, see how the long that I took here was a hedge for the short, but it was a profitable hedge. That's how I want to teach you guys to do. Like, don't be randomly opening a long because you have a short. I want you to pick the certain smart times to open the long, so it either makes you a little bit of money or I guess it makes you a lot of money, and then you are wrong and Bitcoin keeps on going, so you get stopped out here in profit, but then this continues higher. Yeah, I know it's boring, it's confusing, but that is, I guess, a skill they want to learn because it's important to maximize long-term profit, as I always trying to like tell you guys. Give me a second here. Give me 3 seconds, okay. Sorry. Trading is gambling. Am I right? No. Ahmed, other traders on YouTube use volume profile with market cipher together. Any reason why you don't use it as well? Just asking. Thank you. No worries. Is it a BS signal? To be honest, yes. In my own personal opinion. I'm a newbie. Thank you for being a noob, for being here, and also it's fine to be a newbie. From Sweden. Thank you, brother. Thank you for showing up. You're right. I agree. Thank you, Dive. Thank you, Wasim. Thank you, Alien. Alien saying 90K is coming soon, bros. Long. Thank you. You got the signal. There you go, guys. We got the signal we wanted. I challenge anyone to share another crypto YouTube channel that regularly hits 50% viewers to like ratio constantly. Please, I'll wait. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you for being a legendary community, brothers again and sisters. Wasim again. Lino saying, hey, how is it going, man? What is the setup? I'm doing pretty fine. Hopefully the same goes for your brother and your fam. To be honest, currently I would be waiting for this zone to be retested for a potential short or a 68 hit for a potential long. Noted, it has to be with a good reaction and also with the I'd prefer it to be during NY session. Yeah. Doesn't have to be, but I'd prefer it to be so. What VWAP are you using? I am using the anchored VWAP. Christopher, thank you, brother. We missed you. Thank you. Your lives are never boring. You have taught me and others a lot. You don't be as saying we are in a bull bear market. You just trade what's in front of you and never wasting anyone's time. Always answering everyone. Thank you for everything. Thank you, Balski. What an amazing comment. I'm also always happy and ecstatic about such comments. Thank you guys for being legendary. Also, I wouldn't, by the way, again, like, I do understand that I may have the skill of talking a lot, but trust me, I wouldn't be doing that or doing this had you guys not been awesome at asking questions. Yeah. Hello, mate. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Emperor. I'm doing quite a lot myself. Hopefully, it's the same for everybody here, guys, and your family also. I'd say that your family is much more important than you, sorry. I have a feeling we are getting a retracement on 69 and then we go up. Fair enough. Again, feelings don't give you setups, but you can have a feeling. Everybody's, I guess, capable and also allowed to have a feeling. We are running a democracy sometimes. But yeah, hopefully we go lower. Yeah. Bitcoin will drop to 60. Mark my words. I don't want to mark your words. No, nobody. Let's not mark anybody's words, not mine or not yours, and let's just wait and see. Like, you randomly commenting, and thank you, brother. Again, like, thank you for at least being respectful. But you comment randomly saying like Bitcoin will go to 60 or Bitcoin will go to 90. How is that helpful? Like, do you think I'm going to be opening a short now? Where did you learn? Where did you learn from Chart Champions? No, I mean, I've compiled a lot of stuff from all over the place. Primarily, I actually started learning by just downloading Exo. Which anchored VWAP indicator are you using? And again, I always say this, that the way I learned is by actually using everything, and then by the process of elimination, I just got rid of lots of stuff. For example, I had for a while, and that something maybe many won't know. I had for a while used the falling wedge, yeah, and then I actually stopped, and also the triangle and everything else. By the way, how it is called Exodus? The chart he used, Exodus, Exo chart. I'm not sure what Exodus is. Where is it? Which is the name of? I'm not sure what you mean, Ernesto. Thank you, Thup. Sorry, I'm not really able to read your full name. Which anchored VWAP indicator are you using? I'm not using an indicator, brother. It's the anchored VWAP tool. So you'll find it on the left side panel. Whenever I say I use 0 indicators, that means that anything that you find here is a construct that I made physically by my hands using the tools that are on the left side panel. Yeah, nothing is magical here. Yeah. Hi Ahmed, I just joined the live. Do you see more likely we go to 71? Again, I don't care, and I don't prefer in either of them, and both of them would not change the context. So if you say, would you say it's more likely that we go to 76 or we go to 66? I would say obviously, because we are within the context of the bearishness of the volume profile, it is more likely that we drop lower. Yeah. But since you are asking me about two zones that are both within the same kind of context, both have the same likelihood, and both wouldn't change nothing. Yeah, we can drop and we can pump and then still drop. Yeah, unless we go above, and that would change things. Yeah, so both are likely. And again, like, the better question, or since you just joined, I will give you a better answer that would help you more, which is like, I'm looking for potentially shorting this, the top, and looking for a long here. Yeah, so again, like, that is the beauty of being a trader and not caring. If we drop, that would be a trade. If we pump, that would be a trade. Obviously, that would be a potential trade both ways. But again, that is like why I don't care and I don't want to predict. I can lie to you and give you a reason, or I give you a direction, but I don't know. What would you need to happen for you to enter a short? I just mentioned, so I guess on this price action, would you wait? Again, I would never ever tell you to enter a trade at a certain exact level. Yeah, I would want Bitcoin to go higher or lower for me to react. Yes, the app that you used to see the... Okay, so that was Exo chart. EXO, not Exodus. EXO, again. That's it, guys. It's just 3 letters. and then the word that's not E, that's O, sorry guys, and then charts. That's it. 3 letters and then the word charts. Have you tried Market Monkey compared to Exo? I haven't tried it, to be honest, but maybe you've tried it and you can tell me your opinion on it. Maybe if it's free, maybe others who are looking for a free option can use it and then they can give me their feedback. To be honest, I would love for them to give me a feedback. Hold on a second, guys. All right, more than a second, I guess. All right, trading isn't about predicting price. Oh, sorry, let me fully read the comment. Trading isn't about predicting where prices will go next, but it's about trading your setups according to your strategy. Please don't be gamblers, guys. Exactly. I mean, I've said this almost verbatim, so that is always true, guys. Most unfortunately, and that is normal, but again, once we, I guess, wash your mind and make you a member of our community and you watch us daily and you will become a part of our family, you will just jump in to hear out the I guess the overarching macro view of the chart, plus you hear the setups. You're almost never ever like enter a live stream thinking, oh, let me hear what Ahmed thinks the price will be going next. Yeah, I've never, or even if I give you an answer in a entertaining way or just about a feeling, that would never, sorry guys, that would never be a tradable thing. For example, now I've been saying, like, even yesterday when Bitcoin was like losing 71, I said that if we never ever, by never ever I mean like contextually, if we don't go back above 72, I'm going to be expecting lower. Yeah, but that is not a tradable thing by itself. It's more of a context thing that you gain by watching, if you know what I mean. Like, I will never tell you, oh, I'm expecting lower, I'm predicting lower, Bitcoin will be going lower, oh my god, watch this trend line being broken, Bitcoin is now going to be dropping, oh my god. It's almost boring, guys. Again, like, I want you guys to learn that my content is for you to learn so that you make money. It's never ever about like getting entertaining random gambling positions and shouting at you guys. Even though I don't shout. Yeah, I can talk, but I don't shout. How would you rank the following levels by their likelihood of causing a price reaction or bounce? Again, it's all contextual, to be honest. So sorry, but I can say that POC is best. That's it. But again, it's all contextual, to be honest. Exit charts is better for execution and order flow, yet it's just a tool. Fair enough. Thank you. Can you teach us how to use EXO? Just 1 minute explanation. Again, okay, 1 minute explanation. Guys, it's very easy. On EXO, you want it the way I use it is for 2 reasons or 2 ways. One is like just understanding the context of the CVD, comparing it with the actual chart and the open bar statistics plus the open interest. So what I've got laid out here, again, you can change them, you can close and open them, and you can change the layout. I got here 4 stuff or 4 things. The first part is the candles. Okay, normal candles, nothing is different. This is the 2-hour time frame, but the difference between this and the volume profile, and the trading view, is that each candle has its own volume profile. So value area low, value area high, and see, value area low, high, low, volume profile. Value area, sorry. Let me use a cleaner one. Yeah, so this one, hold on. This is a volume profile, value area high, low, value area high, and POC in the middle. Yeah, so that's it. I messed it up. Hold on. I'll bring it back in a second. No worries. But anyhow, okay, so it doesn't matter. I'll keep it here, and then I have to refresh. But anyhow, look at this. But on the other side, on a lower CVD, here is actually it's an indicator. I hate to use the I word, but it's grammatically an indicator. Why? Because it indicates stuff, but it's not an indicator like in the RSI, buy signal, overbought and oversold, and MACD and cross over and death cross and all of this BS. No, this is an actual indicator that just tells you whether like buying is more than selling. It's just the delta, the difference between buying and selling. Very basic. Open interest, it just tells you whether new trades are open or not. So if it's blue, it means trades are open, even if they are short. Yeah, red doesn't mean selling. Red doesn't mean shorting. It means closing of trades. And footprint just tells you fact, volume, delta, delta max and min, and liquidation if there are any. That's it. And that's the 1 minute quick explanation. And that's it. Like, it's not a magical tool. It just gives you an in-depth reading. But even then, like, you're getting the reading. It's a $50 app per month. It's not magical. You still have to then have an actual strategy. Trust me, guys. Using a stop loss and having a risk management plan is harder to execute and is better in terms of effectiveness than like buying the app. Yeah, I always say this. Like, if you're not at least almost profitable and you don't have an actual strategy that has been working for like a month or 2 or 3, don't waste your money buying the ExoChart app. It wouldn't revolutionize the profitability of your account. Yeah. So hopefully that is like a very, very quick answer. Volume profile is key, guys, to know. Yeah. And again, volume profile on Exo is much better than the volume profile on TradingView, because on TradingView it's using the tick size. Most don't understand context in trading. A single entry model will not work the same way every time. You have to understand the context of where price is going and how. Exactly. Thank you, Trade Visuals. That is 100% correct, and that is why I always try to give you the boring answer, the real answer, not the kind of easy, simple answer. So if you ask me to rank specific tools, I wouldn't be able to do so because it's very contextual. Yeah, like at what time? How does the chart look like? What sort of liquidity we got on the top and the bottom? Like, how's EXO looking? Are we getting longs entering? If longs, again, I always teach the idea of like liquidity and then a fake out for a short. But if we are entering the top with lots and lots of buying in that have been actually helping the price go up, that is too strong for me to actually attempt shorten a fake out, if you know what I mean. And also, trading is more of a game of probabilities. Wow, I see. Thank you, Ignatius. Thank you for Ignatius, maybe. Of course, to me, the most important is retail psychological state. Okay, fair enough. I'd say that it's hard to quantify that, but if you are able to do so, then that is a good way of actually thinking about it. So again, let me quickly look at ETH, because I want to give you a quick reminder that maybe we can be looking at a nice sort of a long potential area at 2080. Like 2080 to 2060 is a zone for a potential trade. However, again, that would only be nice if I see something similar taking place on Bitcoin. So if I see a fake out on Bitcoin, so 68, wait for a reclaim of 68.34, and at the same time with a good reaction, with everything looking perfect on Bitcoin, if I see that happening on ETH, I would take it. But for the love of God, come on, guys. If Bitcoin just drops, loses 68, doesn't offer us a long, and you see Bitcoin literally at 67, expect Bitcoin to potentially go back to 65, and that would literally cancel the long and make us prepared for a drop lower. Yeah. So I'd say that the long looks very enticing only if it is like at confluence with Bitcoin. I always tell you guys that crypto market is very boring, and it always just does what Bitcoin does. So again, don't overcomplicate it. You understand where to short if it pumps. You understand where to look for long if it dumps. If this fails to hold, we wait for this, but be very suspicious of it, because we can be then going to 60. If we are looking for the bullish sign for relief, we want to reclaim 72. You tell me, okay, what do you expect? I have no expectations. If I take a long, for example, let's just say 68 offers a good reaction. Maybe I take a long, but maybe it doesn't live for long, and I take profits, and then the rest, gets stopped out. Or maybe, again, it's all maybes here, maybe we can go above 72 with the long, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin starts targeting 80 or 88 again. So please, guys, don't be taking trades thinking that you know the conclusion of them. Just understand that they are good setups, if they are good setups, actually. Yep. How exhausted the bulls are, how inspired which causes how we. Again, that's nice to say, and I'm not laughing because of you. I'm just laughing of like, okay, so you are trading based on retail psychological state, and the explanation is like, you see and you know somehow how exhausted the bulls are and how inspired they are. I laughed because how would you know how inspired the traders are? That's it. But again, it sounds nice to be honest. Yeah. So again, guys, I forgot to always tell you, but again, if you are looking for a tailor-made exchange for trading, I do trade every single day. I literally the exchange that made me or helped me become more profitable. I've been profitable before that, but helped me become more profitable is actually using WEEX. Again, if you want to use WEEX, remember that it has an amazing feature that you have to turn it in or turn it on before or switch to it before you actually trade, which is isolated separated. Top right corner, you click on it, you change it to isolated separated so that you become allowed to open longs and shorts. You don't want to close one to open another. I want you guys to let the winners run, open new trades as they come, and separate the management of them. So again, I generally actually recommend WEEX, especially for those that are looking for no KYC and also for lower fees. Especially again, I'm VIP 5 because it's very easy to get higher ranking VIPs, especially for those with higher with higher dollar amount. So if you are trading with real capital above thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, it's very important to actually have lower fees, good entries, and also the stop loss is amazingly respected whenever you want to use it. And again, especially if you are a member of our community, you watch me every single day, you will also get to have the same stop loss as I do on everything else. So that is also pretty nice to, I guess, have as Confluence. You don't have to, but again, I generally recommend WEEX. Again, if you want to click my link, this is an affiliate link. So this link is promotional. I have nothing to sell you except just recommending and getting affiliated with the exchange that I generally use. Again, you will get the highest sort of bonus. You also will become eligible for every single trading competition that we run. But you also want to understand that this is not a thing you have to do. You only want to do it to support me, support the channel, and get the bonus. Yeah, you can still obviously look up WEEX on Google and you'll be able to make the same account with nothing. Again, no KYC. You click on the link if you want to support the channel. I have nothing to sell you. Also, make sure to join the free Telegram channel. Not necessity, but again, because tomorrow and 3 days from now is going to be a celebration, so a Muslim celebration, so I'm not going to be as active. Probably even won't go live on any of the 3 days, or maybe on the 2 days. I'm not sure. So just be a member so you can get an update. It's free, and the link is for the exchange and nothing else, to be honest. Hold on, so let me read the final comments. Which causes harm? Okay, by retail, I mean mainly retail traders. In other words, us. Fair enough, because you see it on YouTube. Yeah, kind of, but it's hard to quantify 3 YouTubers making videos. Yeah. The influencer traders, and fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if it's working for you, that's amazing, to be honest. But I see it as a tricky thing to have it as a systemized strategy. A couple of days ago, you were drawing an important area around 72. Which criteria did you use to identify the area? A couple of days ago, 72. Okay, 72 was about the top, I'd say, or the liquidity before that again, and the value area high. So one criteria kind of. The volume profile range. Ahmed Legend, late to the stream. Thank you, Stevek. You caught us at the ending moments, but again, thank you guys for being legends. Again, if somebody wants to support me by moving to an actual real strong low fees no KYC exchange, you got the link, you'll get the bonus and you get to support me. Again, it's a really good option for trading. Stop wasting fees and random fake stop losses or random exchanges that don't support traders. Yep. You don't want to waste your money if you're attempting to become profitable, or even if you are actually running a profitable ship or a profitable business, as I want to always call trading. And obviously the free Telegram channel is for you to be prepared, because maybe tomorrow I'll make a video or go live. I'm not sure, but if I do anything like that or I want to update you guys, I will send over a text or a post on the channel. Again, I have nothing to sell you. You only can support me by maybe kind words. That's it. So thank you guys for being legendary. I'll let you guys enjoy the night, and I'll hope you guys catch you in a very, very soon time. Maybe tomorrow,